Okay, I'm here. I just had to clean my glasses. All right, let me pause this. There we go. Okay, so today I'm gonna play this game. I turned down the volume so I could have all that going. I mean, yeah, it's probably okay. Maybe a little higher. Okay. Yeah, it's called I Was a Teenage Exocolonist, and I played the demo and I enjoyed it a lot. So I went ahead and bought the game when it was on sale. I don't know, like a month or so ago, and I just haven't had a chance to play it because Elden Ring came out, and I think before that I was playing something. Oh, I was deep in the Monster Hunter Rise world, so finally getting back to this game, and it looks like I can just continue maybe, hopefully, from where I left off. Yes, yes, I can. Okay, the problem is I don't remember what the heck's going on. Um, okay, so yeah, I think I played like is it the first year that was in the demo? Damn, man, maybe I should start over. Very empathetic and a little bit perceptive. That's good, right? Let's see. Okay, so I remember you do activities, and when your stress gets too high, you go and you can take a rest. And your choices matter. And it's kind of like there's card game stuff too, so you have to like build your deck. It's really interesting. Hey, Polo. So good.
I just made myself ready for shower, closed everything on my laptop and got the notification. See you friends in 30 minutes.
Okay. Enjoy your schmexy shower. Thank you again for the resub. 27 months. Holy cow. Wow. It's more than a year. Solanacia, your mom stops you as you walk by. What are you doing out of your quarters? It isn't safe out here. Doesn't seem very dangerous. She narrows her eyes. What you should be afraid of here is me if you don't do what I say, Solanacia. Or Solanaci? I don't know. We don't know what's out there this time of year, so you and the other kids are going to keep your butts in the ship. You know there's no sense in arguing when she's making that face. As you walk away and are just out of earshot, you hear her mumble, "Stars, it is beautiful though." Oh. Anemone is running around the sports ball court, touching her hand to the ground at each corner. 18, 19, she counts. When she reaches 20, she collapses into the grass and checks her hollow palm. I'm training, she explains. My big bro, Calm, says I have to get my legs climatized to the planet if I'm gonna be team captain like him. Oh, we don't have enough toughness to do the train together. My toughness is 2. Yeah. Okay. What happens if I just go exploring despite what mom tells me to do? Okay. Command. View the notice board. Oh no. The food shortfall, negative 100%. Take precautions outside the colony boundaries. Xenofauna have been sighted in the area. Survey teams are investigating. Gates will be closed during glow, and a strict curfew will be in place. Plan accordingly. Oh. I have 0 organizing. Okay. Well, I can't do anything here. Oh. Okay, I can shovel some dirt. Let's do that. It's your first day in the glorious world of agricultural soil conveyance. Oh boy. Hey, goat. Thank you so much for making the carbonated water for me. Good morning. Looks like you're working for your old lady. I hope you don't expect me to go easy on you just because you're my daughter. She walks you around the geoponics wing and points out where everything is. Your job is to move sod, compost, plants, garden waste, and equipment from one place to another. That sounds like busy work. Get comfortable with this, she says, pushing a squeaky, old-fashioned wheelbarrow towards you. Now, any questions before you start moving that dirt? Don't we have machines for this? Where do I move it again? Why not use hydroponics? Let's get to work. That's my girl, your mom says, slapping you on the back. Stumble a little. Okay. Your arms start to ache after the first half hour of work, but you keep going. By the end of the month, you feel utterly drained and exhausted. I have to do this for a whole month. And good somehow, you can feel your muscles growing already. Oh, nice. Okay, so... Doesn't matter. We can use all of them. My goal is 11, though. Oh, okay. Put this here. Hey, I won. There we go. You worked well this month. +1 toughness. Okay. +5 kudos and +12 distress. I'm very stressed out. The endless dark of glow season must be getting to you. All week you've been having nightmares. Something is coming. Something bad is about to happen. A dreadful mantra repeating in your head. You're hardly even... Oh my gosh. Oh, that's +48 stress. Oh no. You're hardly even surprised when the emergency sirens start up. You peek out at the gates. Yes, they should be closed, but they're open. Just as you dreamed or remembered, but the details are foggy. Oh no. Closest assembly point is the children's creche, but from the opposite direction you hear shouting and loud popping noises. Gunfire in the is the colony under attack? We gotta help fight. Oh my gosh. That's even more stress. You'll try your best to be brave and fight back. First you dodge some helpful grown-ups who point you back to the creche. Then you head outside to get your bearings. You can hear yelling from up the stairs to command, and a commotion to the southeast at Geoponics, where your parents are working. Do we go to the yelling or do we go to our parents? Let's go to the parents. Let's go to Geoponics. Your parents are defending the greenhouses from a pack of knee-high creatures, which seem to have eyes growing all over their bodies. Their oily flesh ripples with a constant subtle motion as the individual eyes blink one at a time, incessantly. You can't tell which end is which with these horrible things. Cal is standing nearby, wide-eyed. He slowly picks up a shovel and moves beside you. He reluctantly holds the shovel in front of himself like a weapon. Easy, doggies, he whispers. We don't want to hurt you. Get out of here, both of you, run, your mom shouts, attracting the pack's attention, all except one animal, which moves straight towards you and Cal. Figure out what it wants. You look into its too many eyes and see fear. This creature is scared of you. To Cal's amazement, you crouch down to try to look less threatening and choose two eyes at random to look into to communicate with it. You start to reach out a hand, but the creature is trembling, staring into its eyes has made it even more frightened than before. It pounces. Let's do a combat challenge. Okay. Oh, I need 27? Okay. +1 if card is mental. I mean, it is mental. Left. +2. Okay, so we'll put that one in first. Then this one. Then that one. Okay. Next round. Okay. Here, 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 and then... Oh, wait, no. Those out. Okay. Okay. 3, 1, 1, 0, 0. We won, and we got the super goal. Story challenges have 3 rounds instead of 1. Well, I just did it. After every round, you'll keep the cards you didn't play and unlock an extra slot to play them in. Losing isn't always a bad thing in story challenges. Okay. That's good to know. Victory. I got another stress. Oof. Oh god, I'm at 100% stress. You killed it with nothing but a rake thrust deep into several of the creature's many eyes. The rest of the pack scampers off the moment it falls. You've never killed anything before. The body of the creature that was so terrifying a minute ago now looks strangely small and harmless. All of its eyes have closed for good now. Cal crouches beside it in shock. I told you to run, Solanace. Uh-oh, your mom looks furious that you put yourself in danger. She storms over and you think she's going to slap you. Then suddenly, she pulls you into her arms and hugs you. Nope. She keeps rocking you and saying, my baby, over and over. She's pretty surreal, almost as weird as the dog things with the eyes, honestly. Weird. After 2 weeks of darkness with the blue sun barely skimming the horizon, it begins to move higher in the sky and daytime returns. Council admits they don't know how the gates were opened or how the creatures got in. Some of the attacking creatures were once thought to be docile. Others were species nobody had seen before. It was like something had driven them to assault their colony. Weird. At least nobody was killed this time. Okay. Early quiet. Crowd is fleeting. The game will end when you reach age 20. So you should focus on a few skills to improve and friends to spend time with. Use the skills and friends button at the top left of the screen to keep track of them. Good luck. Ugh, indeed. How's it going, Serial? How are you? Age 11. Oh, okay. So I have a lot of stress on my plate right now. Writing an essay. Okay. Start age 11. You're looking a little worn out, my little firefly. Your dad greets you looking concerned. You know, despite what your mom might say, there is such a thing as too much work. Maybe some R&R over in the lounge would help recharge those solar cells. What do you say? I'll sleep when I'm dead. No, maybe I just need a hug. Your dad throws his arms wide. Well, get in here, Tiger Butter. Tiger Butter. I'm doing super good. This game is adorable. After a long hug, you do feel a little better. Your dad gives incredible hugs. Oh, that's sweet. Looking for Cal in the garden when you nearly trip over someone else, one of the younger kids, and they're blindfolded? Hey, they exclaim, ripping the blindfold off their face and throwing it to the ground. It's Cirrus, one of the Anemone's brothers. He glares at you. I was almost done. Cal jogs over and grabs Cirrus in a friendly headlock, ruffling his messy red hair. Dude, you were so close. Cirrus stamps his feet and complains that you got in his way. It's not her fault. Hey, Soup. Thank you so much for another pepperfish sound. How's it going? How was the rest of your stream? I totally missed it. I was, let's see. I was eating dinner, or about to eat dinner. My husband had gotten home. She didn't know we were playing a game. Give me a sec. I want to teach her how to play. Oh, art style is so cozy, isn't it? It's so pretty. Final boss kicking you around, but you feel like you're improving. That's good. He is. I haven't found him yet, and I'm not looking forward to the fight. He seems insane. I found the dragon. I met Bale. I got there yesterday, and I was just like, ugh, this fight. The pufferfish. Ugh. That was me. Cal turns to you as Sirius leaves. Sorry, Solanacy, he says sheepishly. I was teaching Sirius a new game, but he's more like Anemone than I thought. Real competitive, you know? He stoops to pick up the blindfold, brushing off the dirt. I've been trying to come up with different kinds of games other than sports ball. No winners or losers. I just want to have fun with my friends. Cal looks at you hopeful. Do you want to learn how to play? Let me check my schedule. Yes. Cal smiles. Cal's smile. You're a huge fan of Mija. You like the cutscene? Nice. I don't remember that fight. I don't know that I've found them yet. Cal's smile looks like it's gonna stretch right off his face. Radical, he shouts, jumping up and down with excitement. Okay, so first put on the blindfold. Smells like dirt. You can feel Cal's big hand on your shoulders. I'm gonna spin you around, and when I let go, you gotta listen to my instructions. We're gonna walk all the way to the cafeteria, okay? You nod, and you can't see Cal's grin, but you can hear it in his voice as he spins you around and counts to 10. First, you gotta walk forward 10 steps. Do you follow Cal's instructions as best as you can, or make things difficult for him? We're gonna do our best. In the abyssal woods. Oh, okay. Take 10 steps straight forward, holding your hands out for balance. The rocky dirt between the garden beds crunches under your feet. Yeah, Cal says. Now, turn to your right and take 15 steps until you get to the door. You turn to the right, walk forward, counting out 15 steps. When you stop, Cal laughs. You can hear his footsteps crunching behind you. I forgot how much bigger I am than you. You're like 2 more steps away. You take 2 more steps until your outstretched hands land on the warm metal of the door. Success. Awesome. Cal says. You can't help but smile, but this is fun. Now hit the door button on the right, and then keep walking forward until I say stop. Go really slowly, okay? Hey, Odd Sandwich. Hey, how's it going? Thank you so much for that raid. Yes, cozy time. Indeed. How was your stream? Hey, Logical Break. How's it going? Welcome in. Monster Hunter Stories? Very nice. I picked up the second one. I had read like a comparison of the two, and there were some people that were like, "Oh, you got to play the first one," and then other people that were like, "If you want more creature comforts, you should play the second one." And I was like, "Well, okay." So I picked up the second one. It was a great time. That's awesome. Good to hear. Um, yeah, I'm playing a super cozy game. It's called, what is it? I Was a Teenage Exocolonist, and I played the demo a couple months back, and now I am actually going to play the game. I think you'll end up playing both. Currently on a Monster Hunter kick. Yeah. Yeah, I really, really liked Rise. I don't think I'm done with Rise yet, but I kind of took a pause on every other game to play the DLC for Elden Ring. And yeah, I'm it's hard. So I was like, you gotta lurk and see what this game is all about. All right. Elden Ring does that to people, yeah. Elden Ring claimed me. It did for a little bit, but we're out of that for now. I'm playing it in my like spare time, which is here and there. Yeah. I want to get the last few endings and then I'll have the platinum or whatever, all the trophies. So yeah, I just have the couple endings to get and I'll be done with the game completely. Well, I still have the DLC, but nah. Okay. The okay, wait. You open the door and start to walk forward. The path slips downward and your feet slip a little bit even though you're moving as slowly as you can. Real dirt is nothing like the metal floors of stratospheric. It's turbo rocky here, Cal says, and you can feel uneasiness prickling up the back of your arms. Just keep going forward. All right, I trust him. Need to get yourself cozy and tucked up in bed. Okay, hope you have a great night. Thank you. Thank you so much again for the raid. I really appreciate that. Have a good night, and I hope you sleep super well. You slowly creep down the slope to the center of the colony, somehow managing not to bump into anything. Cal cheers. Okay, now turn a little to your right and keep walking straight. We're so close. You carefully pick your way forward, stopping when you hear Marza's unmistakable voice ringing across the courtyard. What are you nullheads doing? Cal tells her, you're playing a game. Is that a real game? Mars scoffs. It looks like Solanase is just wandering around with a scarf over her eyes. Aren't you a little old for this? Oh, I need a lot more bravery. What am I doing? I have like nothing. I have 21 empathy. All right, I gotta say maybe she's right. Embarrassment burns in your belly as you tear off the blindfold, blinking away tears in the sudden brightness. You can see Mars looking down her nose at you. Mars sneers, tossing her braids over her shoulder. I thought you were cooler, Solanacey. Let me know when you're ready to play adult games. You're not sure what she meant by that. You become aware of Cal standing behind you. Sorry, Solanacey, he said quietly. I guess it is kind of a silly game. You ask if he wants to get some Watato juice from the cafeteria instead. You spend the afternoon brainstorming ideas for more games with no winners or losers. Okay. Oh, very quiet. Like, super quiet. That is so jarring. Why is it so quiet? There should be footstep sounds. Oh, maybe I need to leave this on. There's definitely sound there. It's very quiet. Um, oh, I need reasoning of level 20 to do some studying with this lady. Okay. Yeah. Can't do any training either. What's this guy doing? Mm -mm. The living quarters. Pick an activity to do. Let's see. We just have to relax. You look around the lounge. Some friends are here. Who do you want to hang out with? Oh, I don't know. Go with Tangent. Tangent is quietly reading her hollow palm. You plop down beside her and ask her what she's reading. Multicellular biology, she says, frowning at the interruption. If you insist on sitting near me, you could at least do it quietly. Ouch. No problem. You open up your hollow palm and find a textbook of old Earth poetry to read. It's never a bad idea to do a little independent study. Though she's a little prickly, you can tell Tang appreciates the company. Took the month off. And I reduced my stress down to 0. Perfect. Keep your memories? Okay, let's keep them. So much has happened in the last month since the monster attack during Glow. The idea of this planet as a peaceful utopia has been shattered. Security squads are training new members and keeping close watch on the gates now. They are reinforcing the walls and even installing a few robotic turrets. In class, you have drills on what to do if the colony is attacked again. In all the excitement, you forgot today was your birthday. Your parents haven't forgotten. They wake you up early with enthusiastic shouts of surprise. If only everybody's parents was like that, right? You know, parents that actually remembers their children's birthdays and stuff. A Vertomnen year is only a little longer than a year on Earth, so you've taken up its calendar for birthdays. Yours is in the second month of quiet. Oh. Spark snow drifts slowly past your porthole window as you snuggle with your dad. Your mom climbs up too and sits on the edge of your bed. Your dad pulls a bowl of fruit from behind his back with a flourish like a magic trick. At least you think it's fruit. What are those? What is that? Bobber fruit. Oh, cool. It has like a credit of who designed it. The illustration. Bobber fruit. The foragers have been picking these just outside the walls. They might look funny, but they're tasty. You take a cautious bite. The pulp is soft. Tastes a bit like lemon, only more blue. I bet you can't wait to join the surveyors out there. You know what else you'll find? Bolognese is not allowed outside the gates, your mom interrupts, her voice sharp. It's too dangerous for kids. Well, I know, but eventually, your dad says, but your mom cuts him off again. But not now, your mom replies. Not since the attack. Not with everything we know is out there. You knew about this monster. Admit it. Your parents exchange a heavy look. The surveyors knew there was something dangerous out there we hadn't encountered yet, your mom admits, after a guilty silence. But we didn't know it would attack the colony. We thought if we closed the gates and stayed inside, it wouldn't see us as a threat. Oh, I just got +5 rebellion. Oh. We didn't want to scare everyone. It was just a precaution. Even still, it's clear that everyone should know how to defend themselves if it happens again. To be clear, this includes knowing when you run away. Security Chief Rhett's offering self-defense lessons at the garrison, you know. Even for kids, if you're interested, you should drop in sometime. Unlock defense training. Okay. Your mom gives you a stern look, and I know your friend Dis has been sneaking outside the walls, she says grimly. If I catch you doing that, I'm going to put a chip in your ear. You laugh. What a good joke. Your mom doesn't laugh. What, me? Never. We got +5 loyalty. Yeah, you better never, your mom retorts, crossing her arms. Okay. Oh. The next month. Mid-quiet. Yeah, let's go see if we can learn something. Kanjin is watching a construction crew build scaffolding for the new engineering pavilion. They're using mushwood, which is so light that one person can easily lift a 10-meter long pole and stack it into place. Human beings are so great, don't you think? Before we landed, this was all just dirty jungle. Now it's civilization. I've been learning about adaptability in writing and biology class. Books say it's what sets us apart from the animals, like we don't need fur because we can make warm clothes. And if it's too hot, we can make air conditioners instead. Also, we can sweat. Yes, also that. I read that not many animals sweat except humans, and it makes us naturally good in hot places. It's like we're made to be explorers. Together, you watch as the foreman puts the blueprints for the scaffolding onto the floating screen of her hollow palm and raises it to the scaffolding to check their progress. I'd like to see an alien do that. Humans look defenseless and weak, but we're the strongest species in the galaxy. Who else can literally bend reality to their will? This music's a little loud, yeah? Not a stupid alien, that's for sure. I'm living proof that humanity is greater than our biology. All of us are, really. With our genetic enhancements, we're the next step in humanity's evolution from great ape to galactic super species. Galactic super species. I want to do defense training. You attend your first session of Security Chief Rhett's self-defense classes. It's a small class, mostly security officers and other adults. You and Anemone are the only kids. She gives you a wink and a cheesy thumbs up as you listen to Rhett rant about how everyone in the colony needs to learn self-defense. You could be walking along, thinking you're safe within the walls, and a flying animal could swoop out of the sky. Then what would you do? Rhett chomps the air with his hand. I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to chop that beast right in the throat. Yeah. He points at the assembled class, but only if you learn what I'm about to teach you, and the only way to learn is by doing. Who wants to volunteer for demonstration? We're gonna huddle with her for strength. Safety in numbers. You try to become invisible so you won't get called on by a chief rat. Someone else volunteers, and Rhett flips him to the mat to demonstrate what happens when you try to grapple with someone bigger. How embarrassing. Glad that wasn't you. Only engage with the enemy when there's no other alternative. No one walks away from a fight without getting hurt. The first rule of self-defense is to not put yourself in situations where you need to fight. Once you've learned situational awareness, we'll move on to hand-to-hand self-defense, drawing on a variety of martial arts. Only when I'm confident that you're ready will we advance to weapons. There aren't that many weapons in the colony, mostly stun gloves and batons with a few plas rifles. You hope you don't have to use them, but it'll be good to know how. Okay. To get older, challenges can have conditions. Challenge suit, social, mental, or physical determines what conditions can appear, what decks will work best. Try to collect social yellow cards if you want to win battles for social skills, empathy, persuasion, creativity, and bravery. Okay. Why can't I move this? Fine. I still did it. I got +4 combat. Done. Only moderately stressed. Or mildly stressed, I guess. Alright, leak quiet. This is perched up on a big rock, slightly watching the forest. He barely moves as you approach. The longer you look, the more you see. He says cryptically, I need a lot of bravery for that. Okay. Let's register for an engineering class. Using Congruence's HoloNet scheduling system is almost a test on its own. You feel like a hacker navigating the confusing interface, but manage to add your name to the list of drop-in students. You're now eligible to learn to join Tangent and some of the older students in engineering class. Okay. Let's study engineering. Heck yeah. Professor Howe rubs his hands together as he waits for the class to settle down. He's in a great mood. This must be his favorite subject to teach. If biology and chemistry are the wet sciences, then engineering must be a dry one. But believe me, this class definitely won't be dry. He winks. It's weird. We'll also be learning math, physics, computing, robotics, architecture, and astronomy. Tangent raises her hand. Will we also learn about nuclear engineering, she asks. Professor Howe nods. Yes. At a beginner level, we'll have an overview of atomic theory and take a field trip to the engine rooms to learn how our ship's nuclear reactor works to power the colony. Alright, cool. Oh, this becomes 2. That's interesting. Row 2, 2, 3. Win. Okay. Got some reasoning. Got some engineering. The early pollen season. Let's do humanities this time. There's some sort of emergency in engineering that requires Hal's attention, so today's class will be taught by the ship's artificial intelligence, Congruence. Good morning, Congruence trips. Today we're going to talk about the formation of the Vertumna group and our decision to leave Earth. Very exciting topic, and we think you're finally ready to hear about it. Let's dig in. You know how it started? Economic and environmental instability, coupled with deeply entrenched hatreds, had thrown Earth into chaos. You know how it ended? In that chaos, your parents formed the Vertumna group with a plan to leave Earth. 20 years later, they and their star-born children, you, slid through a wormhole and ended up here on a planet you called Vertumna. There's so much you don't know. Congruence pulls up a hollow projection of an unassuming human with a firm maternal gaze. This is Planktonic Ascendant's Wang Botha Schmidt, she says, the spiritual leader of the Vertumna movement. An interesting name. They were what people called a speculative fiction writer. The Vertumna project proved that their writing though speculative, was far from fiction. What? Yes, their best-selling novel, Life Beyond the Einstein-Rosen Bridge, told the story of a fictional utopia on the other side of the real-life anomaly at the end of the solar system. Scientists have been investigating the wormhole for years, but it took a poet to imagine we could travel through it. Wang Botha Schmidt's writings centered around the idea of humanity building a technological utopia on another world, translated to 100 languages. This was a compelling idea to people at the time, so fans started connecting in Vert space. Far from just a book club, these people bonded over mutual aid amid the increasing unrest in their own countries. They were committed to Wang Botha Schmidt's idea of a future where everyone is treated equally without prejudice. But they realized it couldn't be done online, Congruence tells you. Though committed to social justice, the group saw the impossibility of forming a truly egalitarian society while also reckoning with their own implicit biases and the diverse contexts of their real lives. They realized that this was the work of generations, and the solutions must look to the future as Wang Schmidt did. Time for a nap. Oh, I got rebellion because I fell asleep. Earth history is so dull. It's all long, boring names did this, and social inequality thing was bad. There's no reason you need to know all this. It's not like it could ever happen again here on Vertumna. You slide down in your beanbag chair and lower your eyelids. If Congruence notices, she doesn't say anything. Oh, okay. Perfect. I got stress added, but I took a nap.
Yeah, I'm basically a black sheep.
That's so good, but I need to turn that clip down. Hey, Starmark, how are you? Thank you so much for the stretch, hydrate, and posture check. Oh. Cheers. Oh, man. This game is so cute. Let's see, what else can we do? So I can shovel dirt and get some toughness. And some kudos. I don't know. My skills are so low. I feel like I need to just pick something and stick with it. Which dating sim is this? It's not a dating sim. But it's cool. It's called I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. It's like deck building. I guess it could be. There is a relationships thing, but it's for friends. Like friendship. Maybe you just haven't gotten far enough. Oh, have you played this? Leave. Okay. Combat animals. Yeah, beat it hitless 100% glitchless. Glitchless. Nice. That sounds right. I believe. Alright. You're bringing supplies to medbay when you see something unusual. Tangent curled up on a bench, her head pillowed in a rolled up lab coat. She's fast asleep. You stop and stare. You never see Tang sleeping. On a DDR pad. Dude, that girl. Holy shit. That's hardcore. I can't even play the game with a controller. Like, that's insane. Like, you stop and stare. Oh yeah, she's always so busy. You're surprised she even has time to nap. You turn to leave her in peace when you bump into Anemone. Yeah. Crazy. But how are you? How are you doing? How's everything? Oh! I got another raid! Hi! Hello! Hi, Lipster. Hi, Sir Dex. Hi, Undo. How's it going? How are y'all? Let me get you a shout out. Undo. Humid and gross here. Hey, same here. Humidity. I don't know, brothers or something. Gross. Like that. That's just terrible. Sounds awful. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming in on that raid. How's it going? How are you? How was the rest of your stream? I watched some of it, but I had to dip to go eat. Going good. Restart the game as it glitched. Oh no. That's lame. That happens sometimes though. Especially with like PC games. It's going good, yeah. It's good. Oh. I missed that. Okay, what did it say? Whoa, she hardly ever sleeps, like just a couple of hours a night. Is she sick or something? You look back at Tangent snoozing peacefully. I'm so jealous of her genetic enhancement, Anima says, rubbing at one of the scales sprouting on her jawline. She has scales. She hardly needed to sleep at all. She probably stayed up all night studying for this morning's history test. Let's let her sleep. Ping's hollow palm beeps a soft alarm. She sits up and stretches, looking totally refreshed and alert. She sees you watching her and looks annoyed. Just a power nap, no reason to gawk. Get to work. Oh, that one's locked. Okay. Are we gonna be able to do this? Maybe. I think so. Here we go. We win. All right, we got some persuasion and some creativity. That's good. Oh, you're finishing breakfast in the common area when Marzipan struts in. Look at you eating cereal, she says, turning her nose up at you. I'll bet you don't even know what day today is. Your birthday? No, you dummy, she exclaims, swatting your shoulder. My birthday is in the first month of wet season. You better remember that. We learned when her birthday is. It's definitely a dating sim. Today, she announces to the room, is St. Valentine's Day. Oh. Dis and Cal wander over to hear more. Back on Earth, it was a day when everybody had to give their best friend a gift, especially sweets. I think it is a dating game now, huh? We're talking about Valentine's. And then you put the sweets under your pillow, and it makes you dream about who you're going to marry. And there are decorations of hearts and arrows and pigs. What? And pigs? And wait, why are you putting the chocolate under under your pillow? For the sweets? That seems like a really bad idea. Cal laughs. Pigs? We don't even have pigs here. Before Mars can answer, Dis snorts. This is dumb. Marzipan just made it up to get free candy. He rolls his eyes and walks away. Oh, the echo. As he leaves, Mars shouts at his back. Well, nobody was going to pick you anyway. You stink. Wow. Valentine's Day sounds like fun. Cal nods, clapping his hands excitedly. I'm gonna tell all the other kids about it, so you go around and find your best friend and give them a gift. She points her fingers at you. Make sure you do it by the end of day or it doesn't count. And if too many people want to be my best friend, she adds, I'll hold tryouts for the position. It's only fair. She tosses her hair over her shoulder and laughs. The echo. What? Oh, from having the multiple tabs. Okay, what do you want? Let's see. I don't know that I want to make her my bestie. I already had a bestie when I had to start the game. Was it? I think it was Dis. Oops. Memory? What is this? You'll keep adding to your decks as you age and can forget cards by spending time relaxing. Okay. Welcome back, Polo. I hope your shower was awesome. Thank you so much for the 27 months, by the way. Very awesome. Yeah. Who do we want to give our gift to? I guess Cal is the person we've been talking to the most here. You did not slip. Oh, that's good. Is that like a thing? I guess it is. You could slip in the tub, but that's good that you did not. That's very good. Eh. She's teasing me. I don't like that. What about you? You find us washing the jungle through a gap in the fence, kicking the dirt with his toe. He is quiet. You want to walk up. He must be in one of his moods. I don't know about this guy. He did slip out of a bathtub once, though. It was very comedic. This game looks awesome. It's very cute and cozy. And yeah. Oh, I do have 50% rebellion. Ooh. I've unlocked the sneak out and expeditions. I don't really want to do that, though. Let's see. We're gonna make Tangent our bestie. Yeah, kind of red flags for me, so I'm gonna go with the smart one. Tang pauses the game and her eyes focus on you. I think the concept is childish, and if I did have to pick a best friend, I'd want someone I could study with, someone who cares more about learning. Sorry. She goes back to her game. She doesn't look sorry. Damn. Damn. Date this one. Date her. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, well, let's see if he wants to be friends. He replies, scuffling his toes in the dirt. I guess so. I lost my old best friend. Oh. So, yeah, okay, I want to try the mudslide again. You spend another hour on the mudslide until you're both thoroughly covered from head to toe. You couldn't be happier. Well, that's cool. The what? Mudslide. Mudslide. I need biology 20 or greater to do anything else here. Oh. One of my mom's boyfriends is teaching me yoga, he says, looking at you from upside down. I can already do a child's pose and downward dog. He flops over and lies on his back. This one is my favorite, though. There we go. I have you on the PC now. Yay! One of his mom's boyfriends. I know, right? Like, huh? Who is this kid? What's going on with this family dynamic, yeah? Let's not question it and just move on. Oh, see what she's got to say. Mars is in a huff. Ah, because you didn't pick her for Valentine's Day. Seems like nobody picked her. She crosses her arms and scowls at you. Poof. You just felt sorry for Cal, didn't you? Look, we all miss Tammy, okay? Whatever, Mars mutters, tossing her hair. I'm just too mature for kids my age. The older kids get me, even if you don't. Somebody is living in her own reality. Yeah? What's going on here? My goodness. Oh my gosh. I just unlocked my watch for the first time from when I charged it earlier, and all of my notifications on my phone just popped up at one time. View in the notice board. Yeah, we're on a food shortage. Very bad. Let's leave. Oh, what's that? Is that an egg? You found a hefty red Xeno egg. What? What do I do with that? I need 20 organizing or greater to just tell her what I learned. That's crazy. Why? Let's shovel some dirt. You're pulling weeds from the garden beds when you see cows scurrying past you. moving with a purpose. He doesn't even stop to say hello before he disappears into a barn. Follow him. You love when Discord on your phone randomly at 1 a.m. shows you all notifications it didn't for the past 3 hours. I know, right? It'll be hours later before I get a notification of like somebody sending me a message or whatever. Slip into the barn behind Cal. He's so absorbed in whatever's in that broken storage box that he doesn't hear you. You can do it, he whispers. Come on, go, go, go. Creep forward, but the barn door creaks closed behind you and Cal jumps. Solanacey, he says, moving between you and the box. What do you need? What's in the box? He clenches his fist. Nothing. It's nothing. Whatever Cal is going to say next is interrupted by a chirping noise from the box. Cal gasps and whirls around, and you both rush forward to look. Inside the box is a pink caterpillar-like creature about the length of your arm, blinking up at you with big, multifaceted eyes. Its mouth parts wave at you and make a clicky, chirping noise. It's hatched! Hey, little baby, welcome to the world. Hey, Chalazan, how you doing? You knew about this thing? Yeah, it showed up in one of the first shipments to Mushwood, he says, rubbing its little nose. Just curled up in a little cocoon. It looked like a dried up leaf, but warm. I didn't want to just throw it away in case whatever was inside was still living, and no one was using this busted up storage box, so what is it? Dunno. I looked it up on the Surveyor's archives, but nobody's found anything like it before. It's true. You have no idea what this creature is. Cal puts the small creature on his shoulder. Oh, what are you, little buddy? You look like a big old caterpillar, but cuter. The creature yawns, showing off circular rows of tiny, even teeth. It nestles against Cal's neck as he scritches it under the chin. Maybe we call you a dilly pillar. Is this a visual novel? Yes. I believe it is. He touches one of his 6 white-capped feet. Socks. Socks the dilly pillar. Could be dangerous, Cal. I hope nobody finds out. I'm telling. How about it could be dangerous? Cal pouts. Everything could be dangerous on this planet, though. Look at her. She's harmless. He pulls a leaf off of a potted plant and offers it to Socks, who greedily chomps it all up. See? She's a plant eater. Plant eaters are the good guys like us. I have to hide her, Cal says, looking around. Think she'll be okay if I keep her in the broken storage box? He places Socks gently into the box and closes the lid. Go back to sleep, little buggy wuggy. He croons. Sleep tight. Okay. This and this. Three. Victorious. It's also a card game. You build your deck. Late pollen. We got. Just such a dry, hot season. Both suns are high in the sky, baking the usually lush Vertunan jungle. If there's a breeze, it's warm. And you guessed it, dusty. Your parents are up every day before dawn, which comes far too early for your liking. They're usually gone by the time you wake up and home after you're asleep. You have to visit them at work if you want to see them. Good morning, Gooseberry. Your dad greets you cheerfully. Have you come to see the harvest? Your mom and I are gathering crops from actual Vertumnan dirt this week. Yes. He shows you around the rows of corn and beans from Earth. They all look a little yellow and scraggly. Now, what'd you expect? But oh, not what you'd expect, but your dad enthusiastically points out the vegetables ready to harvest. Don't forget, the Vertumnalia Festival is coming up. There will be a talent show and a science fair. I'm sure you're eager to participate. Shit, a talent show? What are we gonna do? The Radon Festival? Probably. Here, I got something for you. Oh, I see. So I can change the card to something else. That's interesting. Okay. Can I do that with you? Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Let's learn something. I mean, we could do some biology. Get our biology up. Maybe. Today in class, you're studying genetic enhancements. Nearly everyone in the class has one chosen for them by their parents before they were born. And it's all thanks to Genetech. Isn't it amazing? The people of Earth almost never had access to this stuff, and we have all the equipment right here in our little colony. Looking around the class, you see an incredible array of genetic modifications, animal features, enhanced sensory organs, and the like. And there's much more that you can't see. I know, right? Sounds very weird. Come on, don't be shy, Hal says, spreading his palms wide. What sort of things has old Instance been able to do in her lab? Feel free to share if you have one that people can't see. Most kids share their genetic enhancements if they have them. Temperature doesn't bother me, Cal answers when it's his turn. I'm never too hot or too cold. I'm always just right. Someone jokes that Cal doesn't sweat. That explains why he smells like flowers and sunshine all the time. Tang keeps quiet and skips her turn to share. Oh. I love how Cal smells. It's okay, I have secrets. Okay. You're sitting close enough to Tang that it's easy to lean over and tell her she doesn't have to be ashamed. She rolls her eyes. I don't care who knows. I just don't want to make anyone jealous. I sleep half as much as a regular person. It's unbelievable how much of their lives people waste being unconscious. Sad, really. What do you do with those extra hours? What is this? Flirt. Okay, I'm flirting. Study mostly, and snack. I eat approximately 50% more than someone who sleeps all night. You're not sure if she noticed you were flirting or not. I knew it. There you go, V. There you go. She didn't even notice. Didn't even notice. Oh, this is not a physical one, but I might have to use it anyway. Maybe? That didn't work. This might. Nope. Nope. Here we go. Win. Victorious. Hey, I got one plus 3 biology, I guess. Where's biology? Yeah, I'm at 22 biology now. And some kudos and some stress, obviously. It's time once more for Vertumnalia. The mood of the colony has been muted this year, ever since the attack during Glow. Though everything is still cheerfully decorated and the feast table is still heavy with food, mostly soy rations, this Vertumnalia just feels different in a way you can't describe. The colonists gather in the square for Governor Eudicott's speech. What a year Vertumna has given us, the governor begins in her weedy voice. I stand before you so proud of everything the colony has accomplished in such a short time. I have always hoped that we would bring with us the best facets of humanity, cooperation, resilience, and creativity. And the events of this year have given me no reason to doubt my convictions. These creatures were unexpected, but I urge everyone to consider what it means for life here. If Vertumna can sustain megafauna, then that means conditions are good for us as well. Our friends in geoponics are already working on the logistics of domesticating the wildlife. Oh, your dad, a second cultivator, stands and gives a sheepish wave to the crowd. There is a smattering of applause. Excuse me. Mars elbows you. Hey, she whispers. Did you hear? My dad say, she has two dads. Eudicott's gonna announce the depot's open to the public. You shoot her a questioning look and she rolls her eyes. You know, shopping. Somewhere to spend all the kudos we've been saving up. There's gonna be candy and toys and makeup and nice smelling soap, not the boring kind in the communal showers. You know the concept of shopping? They do it in the holovids from Earth, especially the ones Mars likes. But you've never actually done it. The colony provides everything you need. But it would be nice to buy yourself a treat. My dads give me an allowance, Mars says, shooting you a look of pity. It's too bad your parents make you work for yours. Jeez. You and Mars tune back into the speeches just as Eudicott, as predicted, announces the opening of the general store at the depot. Mars gives you a knowing look as she claps. Eudicott gestures for the council members to stand. Finally, the council remains unchanged from last year. We are, as always, proud to serve you and the colony as your government. Music starts up as Governor Eudicott finishes. Thank you all for your hard work and your perseverance this year, she says over the ruckus. Together, we build the future. Okay. The crowd disperses and sets up for the annual Vertumnalia Games. Just like last year, there's a talent show, a science fair, a bot wrestling, now with an obstacle course. Which one do you participate in this year? Well, I think we're gonna go with the talent show. This and Mars are your competitors for the talent show. Mars is a shoo-in for winning with her jazzy, high-energy dance routine, so all eyes are on Diz for daring to compete against her. Diz stands on stage, clears his throat, then gestures with his arm. From his hollow palm emerges a projection of a ventriloquist dummy. He sits it on his lap and launches into a comedy routine, speaking through the doll with zero filter. The judges all howl at his impression of Chief Engineer Instant, but the crowd's favorite, by far, is Administrator Seek's thin, self-important voice coming out of the doll, imperiously demanding that not everyone can have perfect scores. They have to be rationed appropriately. This looks flustered by all the attention, but proud as well. He bobs in a little bow before leaving the stage to raucous applause. It'll be hard to It'll be a hard act to follow. What do you do? I could do hoverboard tricks or a magic act. Let's do magic. A challenge. Oh, it's hard. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Next. Oh, okay. Hold this one back. Well, that's 3 of a kind. That's pretty good. Okay. 3. Do that one here. That one there. 1 and 2. Bam. What if I changed that one to that? Still nowhere near enough. Give up. Defeated. Damn. No skill changes. Dis wins by overwhelming applause. Dis just shrugs and smiles awkwardly. He didn't mean to win, so he's uncomfortable with the attention. Mars, on the other hand, is livid. I worked on my routine for months, she cries and refuses to shake his hand. Don't even mention yours. It was so embarrassing, you immediately want to forget it ever happened. After the festivities are over, everyone takes time off for a much-needed break. Mars organizes a water fight that takes over the whole colony, even the adults. It brightens everyone's spirits, even in the thick heat of dust. You end up on top of the western wall with Dis, launching water-filled poof shrooms down on an unsuspecting anemone in the sports ball court below. The walls seem like a neat place to hang out and relax, much quieter than the lounge if you're looking for some solitude. Cool. Alright, early dusk, mid-dust. Yeah, what should we do? We gain some combat skills. Professor Howell has written poems about the beauty of a sunset on Vitumna. Sun goes down beneath the clouds beyond the fields and roboplows. You spend the better part of an hour trying to find a good rhyme for geoponics. I see. I see. So I got some creativity and some persuasion, and I got a +1 friendship with Tangent. The one that I flirted with earlier. Mid-dust. Late dust. Okay. Let's do some more humanities. Why not? Gonna head to bed. All right, Lipster. You take care. Have a good night. Sleep well. Take care. Okay. You're doing creative writing in teams, and you're paired with Mars. You wish it was Tang. She always does so well on these. The theme is Earth's natural environment. Mars takes the topic at face value and wants to write about how beautiful everything was on Earth, with blue skies, green plants everywhere, huge oceans that went forever. It always looks gorgeous in the carefully staged movies you've seen on holovids. How about we write about climate problems instead? Mars wants to write about Earth's lush forests and deep, jewel-like oceans, but you stop her. Wasn't Earth basically on fire when your parents left? You decide you should spend extra time researching how things really were. You've heard the basics from congruence, but what was it actually like? You ask her for all the information she has on the ecological collapse of Earth. Well, congruence replies. First, carbon emissions trap the heat of the sun, which raise the global average temperatures. You ask her to stop so you can look up carbon emissions. Then she continues, so the polar ice melted and the oceans rose and became too warm to sustain life. Mass weather disruptions caused grassland to become desert, then the bees died. And then so did everything they used to pollinate. Food instability caused wars to break out. By the time your parents left Earth, everything was essentially either underwater, on fire most of the year, or irradiated. Damn. Learning all this stresses you out. All of that just because people wanted to drive in cars and own lots of stuff made in faraway places and have big families and keep their big houses the same temperature all year. And all by burning dirty mud they dug out of the ground. Could that happen here too? Thank you. Like the little two baby cookies. Oh, the heart. You put a bunch of hearts on my tea bag. We found some Chips Ahoy gluten-free chocolate chip cookies. I think they were Chips Ahoy. And so there was only one left in the bag, but then we had these other teeny tiny little chocolate chip cookies. So he put two teeny tiny ones on top of it. Like itty bitty little. Little tiny ones. Adorable. Well, this kind of hit home a little bit, huh? This little part about burning the dirty mud dug out of the ground and yeah. Could that happen here too? You're too bummed to present your findings, but Mars steps up. She gets a few facts messed up, but presents it well. She ends on a high note. She doesn't think the mud here on Vertumna is as flammable as the weird mud they had on Earth, so no problem. You don't get an amazing grade. Mars accepts this with grace, but still thinks you would have done better if you'd gone with her idea. Get to work. Card becomes social. Okay, so let's put you here, you here, and you here. And then that's 13. Okay. Late dust. Early wet. I think we have enough biology to do stuff. Yeah, we can do this now. Kyle's doing some stretches in an open area of the garden. Okay, so he's still doing the yoga that one of his mom's boyfriends taught him. You recently overheard the children learning how to count by studying hop eyes. Hop eyes have 1 foot and 2 tail forks and 3 stomachs and 4 eyes. That's interesting. And if you see 5 of them together, that's lucky, Cal laughs, finishing the mnemonic with you. Wait, how did they find out that hop eyes have 3 stomachs? I don't want to know. Oh. I don't know if I want to increase my toughness. I needed to work on bravery if I want to eat the worm. I don't know if I want to eat a worm. I need reasoning of level 20. Alright, my reasoning is 11. Alright, let's do some reasoning stuff. Maybe life sciences? Card gets +1. Okay. That's... one. Move straight. If I put that there. There we go. +3 biology, +1 reasoning. Nice. Okay. Hi kids, the ship's onboard intelligence congruence slides into the room on her stealing track, and the class cheers. Congruence is so cool. She's like a person, but also a machine. She knows a lot of jokes and can tell you anything about space. She never gets bored or frustrated by your questions. You all know me, but I'll bet some of you have questions about how I work. What do you want to know? What's your job? Well, right now, part of me is showing animal videos to children in the creche, and part of me is here teaching you, but most of me is monitoring the engines which give us power, and the life support systems that make it comfortable in here. How do you know so many things? My brain is big. It's just enormous, really. Much bigger than this little monitor you see here, and it's connected to the ship's holonet, so anything you can look up on your holopalms, I just know. Congruence explains that she had to do all kinds of calculations to help fly the ship and land it. She was designed to provide a user-friendly interface to the ship's systems. But Hal has modded me to be far more than that, she said proudly. Now I can even tell jokes. Why did the computer cross the road? I don't know why. Congruence smiles widely. 010101000. Okay. Hey, how's it going, Evie? How are you? Thank you so much for the pufferfish. Quick, somebody look up the ASCII, whatever this is. The binary to ASCII. Alright, okay, we need 14. Well, this is gonna be tough. Very nice. Very nice. I love that. Okay, win. We won! And we got 2 reasoning. And we earned some engineering points. Oh man. This tea's good. Late wet. Alright. Study some more. You help the younger students with their architecture work. And by that, you mean you help them scavenge a bag of random spare parts and adhesives from around the colony and challenge them to make the tallest structure possible. The weather, it's hot. It's so hot here today. And it's been, you know, pretty wet most days. Like, it rains every day. I don't think it rained today, though, surprisingly. But the humidity is crazy. And I think the weather earlier said it feels like 101 or something. Crazy. We've been having, like, crazy heat warnings and stuff. But yeah, moist one out. Yeah, same. Very humid. But yeah, I'm glad things are going well. When that's predictably a disaster, you tell them to make the most structurally sound one instead. Oh. 0, 0, 2. Ooh. Just 1. Just. Got some more reasoning, some more engineering. Alright. There's a commotion in the square. An expedition's vehicle has driven through the gates and is idling in the middle of the square. An unusual sight. People come down from command to investigate. Oh no. Utopia gets out of the vehicle and trudges over to Uticott. After a brief conversation, you see Uticott gesture for people to unload the vehicle and clear the area. You stay out of the way to see what they're unloading. It's a body. Chief Surveyor Tonnin's body. Someone quickly covers him with a sheet, but not before the image of his torn open body is seared into your memory. However he died, it was violent and bloody. You feel your stomach cramp with nausea. What happened? Dis asks, coming over to crouch around the corner with you. You share that Uncle Tonnin is dead, and he stares at the sheet-covered body intensely as if he could see through it. Did they say how? I'm sure they'll tell us later. What a morbid dating. It's a visual novel, okay? There is some of that, but it's very much a story. Lots of people have died at this point. Dis frowns. No, they won't. They'll just tell us something happened, the same way a bunch of animals just happened to attack the colony. They don't want us to know about the monsters and other worse stuff. They want us to think everything is fine, but it's not. This planet isn't as nice as they say it is. He shakes his head. They hate that they can't control us. Visual dating novel. You and Dis watch the adults carry Uncle Tonnin's body away. From the way he's practically vibrating, you can tell Dis wants to ask more questions about what happened. After a few awkward minutes, he sneaks away without saying anything, probably to try to go take a look at the body. The most important dating question you need to ask. The second one, please. I like my days first, then my months, and then my years. No. That's not your food. That's the cat's food. It's okay, Ballerina. You go ahead and eat. Mr. Gray, do you want to eat too? Tilly was all about jumping in there. Can't have their food though, okay? He's in here with me. Alright. Yeah, From the way he's practically vibrating, blah blah blah. At least Tammy isn't around to see this, you think. At least they're together now, wherever people go when they die. Damn. So Tannen has died, Uncle Tannen, and then Tammy, who was the best friend to Cal, is also dead. Damn. You watch Utopia bend over to get a hug from Udicott, wiping her eyes as she finally cries. Udicott has never been the most comforting presence in your life, but it seems to help. Utopia will probably be the next chief surveyor. At 24, she'll be the youngest council member. She was only a toddler when the stratosphere left Earth. Apparently her sharp eye and hoverbike flying skills are best in expeditions. Okay. Your mom gives you a stern look. Be careful, she warns you. Now that we know for a fact it isn't safe out here during glow, I won't have you venturing close to the walls. Stay where I can see you, close to the ship. You need some time off. I do need some time off. I am maxed out on my stress level. Relax. Lots of kids treat the lounge as an informal study hall, especially Tangent and Mars too sometimes, if she's trying to impress Tangent. Crack open a textbook on your holopalm and read about some old dead Earth poets. Just because you're not in class doesn't mean you can't read ahead a little bit. You took the month off. I wish I could just take the month off. Wouldn't that be nice? But like, man, I'm really stressed. Oh look, tomorrow's the 1st and I'm gonna take the whole month off. Yeah, let's keep our memories. It's been a quiet glow, but the grim, surreal darkness of the season reminds you of last year's violence. As the month wears on, you overhear arguments at dinner, adults worrying that an attack is still coming, and others who think the first one was a fluke. Surveyors mention seeing new tracks in the forest, but are shushed so people don't panic. The gates are closed. You drill emergency procedures, filing soundlessly from the classroom to the crush to hide under tables, waiting for the sirens to call the all clear. You drill and prepare and worry, but nothing happens. Then, just as glow is starting to wane, the toxic purple spill of the wormhole fades, fading as the sun almost rises past the horizon again. The sirens start. You're reading a holo novel in bed when you hear them, followed by the stomp of boots down the hallway outside your quarters. An alert flashes on your holopalm. Shelter in the crush. This is not a drill. You get another message from your dad. Me and Mom are going to stay in the greenhouses. We're safe. Just follow Auntie Anne to the creche and wait for us, okay? Don't worry. We're way more prepared than we were last year. Love you. Stay safe. You could go to the creche where you belong, or you could follow the security guards and see what's happening at the gates. Head for the gates. Do this. But we repelled a little. You sneak out of the living quarters and head toward the gate. You're immediately spotted by Security Chief Rhett, who stops what he's doing to yell at you and gesture angrily. What the hell are you doing out here? This is no place for kids. Get your ass back inside. Oh my god. We could do a combat challenge. I don't think I'm gonna do very well with that. A combat is 6 out of 100. Let's go back to the crash. Whatever. When you get there, you spot Tangent and Dis huddled together on the beanbag chairs. Dis is stone-faced as usual. He's holding Tangent in his arms. You can't remember the last time you saw them this close. Tang must be really scared. Date, month, year is the only one that makes sense. Oh. Yeah, I prefer day, month, year as well. You take a seat on a beanbag chair and wait. Other children filter into the room after you. Anemone, her little brothers, Nugget, Nougat. You don't see him, so Cow must be sheltering with your parents in the greenhouses. You hope they're okay. Let's talk to them. It's so dumb they won't let us outside, Dis grumbles. We live here too. We deserve to know what's going on. They're treating us like little kids. I'm not even scared. You search his face for signs he's lying to sound cool, but his bad mood is sincere. Tangent smacks his arm. Don't be ridiculous, she snaps. There's dangerous animals out there. Dis just shrugs. Nothing scares him. You don't hear much from outside. After a while, the sirens sound all clear, and you all file back to your quarters. Your mom and dad join you right away and give you a big hug and thank you for following their instructions. When things have calmed down, you overhear your parents talking. I'm not going to be the first to congratulate Rhett, but all of his defense improvements were exactly what we needed, your mom grumbles. Ugh, he's going to be insufferable at the next council meeting. Your dad pats her hand. Oh, I thought that said head at first. I was like, what? Hand. Credit where credit's due. Hang on. Lulubelle, that's her name, he says, and she smiles despite herself. It could have been worse. Your mom nods and they both sit in silence before your dad speaks again. Poor Hal. What a way to go. Professor Hal? Your parents startled. Hey, Pumpkinhead, your dad says. Yeah, they're going to announce it in a few hours after everyone had a chance to calm down. He didn't make it. What happened? Don't worry about that, your mom replies, shooting your dad a look to keep him from talking. It's adult stuff, okay? You guys won't be able to go into the engineering wing for a little bit, not until it's decontaminated. You curl up quietly to think, oh my god, it's a good thing we did all those engineering classes. The damn professor's dead. You curled up quietly to think, Professor Howe can't just die. He can't just be gone. He's your teacher. And the engineering wing is where you take classes. You can't imagine something bad happening in such a safe place. You fall asleep thinking, for sure, there's been some mistake. Early quiet. Well, we got some kudos and some loyalty. Bam. You got a bunch of friendship points with Tangent. That's good. All right. Well, this is gonna be... Tangent is storming around the quad in front of engineering, checking notes on her hollow palm, gesturing and grunting in frustration. Arg, this is the worst. What's the matter? I can't possibly, she says, her voice cracking. She seems too upset to even explain it. Professor Hal, she tries again. Hal, he was helping me with the physics chapter, and now he's... She throws her hands in the air. Virtual holoproms screens flying everywhere. I can't understand this without him. This is impossible, she chokes out. Why did he have to die? Hey, Mr. Gray. Come here. Hey, good boy. Doing? Yeah. Oh, ouch, that was my elbow. Sweet. Can you turn around? Hi. He's so adorable. He taps me on the shoulder because he wants like more scritches. Yeah. You good now? He's good now. Yes, cat. Very sweet. Why did he have to die? I said, I miss him too. Tang nods angrily. He was a good teacher. He didn't deserve to die. I wish I could have done something to save him. You both go quiet for a few seconds. Eventually Tang sighs. Well, we can't count on the adults to protect us, that's for sure, she says. We'll have to do it ourselves. Oh my gosh. Holy shit. I can't study with her until I have engineering of level 30. My engineering is 7. It's 7. Okay. Tang nods, going back to her notes. Thank you, she mumbles. I see you looking at those bowls. Lily's standing in the threshold, staring at their food bowls. You can't have their food. I know you want their food. You can't have their food. No. No. Don't look at me like that. No. No. He's like tearing up a little. No. Go on. Go on. Go see him. Go on. Go do other stuff. Alright. Go on. Go on to do other stuff. Well. I could do some defense training. I don't know. Well, I still have physical skill increase for the next 3 months, so may as well, right? You run into Cal and Anemone on the hill behind the garrison at a small construction site. They seem to be throwing logs. There are a bunch of them lying at the bottom of the hill. It's a caber toss, Anemone shouts to you, then grunts with the effort of lifting a 6-meter-long mush tree pole. She throws it like a javelin down the hill and sprints after it. My best record, she shouts and ties a piece of caution tape to the end of the pole. Your turn next, Cal says, pointing to a nearby stacked pile of construction poles beside you. From the looks of the nearby construction, they're probably destined to be a new lookout tower someday. I'm gonna pick the thicker, heavier one. Challenge mode. Wee woo wee woo. Cal makes a noise like a siren. He shouts down to Anemone. Solonese's gonna throw a biggin, so you better get out the landing zone. The pole isn't actually that heavy, but its length makes it hard to balance. You struggle to get underneath it with your knees bent. This is going to be tough. Well, let's do it. Let's see. It comes red. Doesn't really do anything, does it? No. Okay. Let's see. Red becomes red. 0, 0, 1. Oh geez, I'm only up to 16. Yeah, no. That would require 145 stress? Oh my gosh. Hmm. Guess we're just gonna have to give up. We don't have enough cards. Damn. You fumble your throw and the pole only makes it halfway down the hill, rolling a little before it comes to a stop with the others. Bonus points for rolling, Cal announces, and Anemone finds another piece of caution tape to mark your pole. Yeah, at least I got 2 toughness. You play for the rest of the afternoon, adding rules and variations as you go. You don't stop until the entire stack of poles are in a jumble at the bottom of the hill and decorated festively with caution tape. It's a wonder you got away with this. I didn't work very well this month, but I still got 3 combat and 2 animals. I don't know. Okay. You've been having weird dreams as usual. They seem to get worse around glow. You wake from a dream that has tears drying on your face, though you can't remember why, just that you were terrified. Whatever it was, it felt real enough that for a moment, you just lie in bed with your eyes closed and try to calm your breathing. You blearily rub your eyes and... surprise! Oh, it's your birthday. Your dad leaps onto your bed and gives you a big cuddle. Happy birthday, little tomato head. 12 years old. Wow. Can you believe it? No, your mom answers for you, laughing as she hands you your presents. It was just yesterday. Antecedent was showing me how to change your diaper. Because it's your birthday, your parents have brought in food from the canteen so you can all eat together on your bed. As you stuff your face with savory tofu chunks, you open your presents. Which one is your favorite? Gosh. A bouquet of exotic flowers from your mom. A stuffed xenofauna from your dad. Photo fauner from your best friend. What's the purple denote? Oh. I think I'll go with the strength one. So we're gonna go with the one from Dad. Oh, it's cute. I taught the nanoprinter the pattern based off the pictures from expeditions, your dad says, watching you play with it. They called it a Spectroraptor, he continues. See, it looks like it's wearing glasses on top of its 5 eyes. They said that's because its lenses are outside of its eyeballs. Isn't that wild? Nothing like that on Earth. As your dad clears away the wrapping paper and the dishes from breakfast, your mom folds her hands on the table and gives you a serious look. Uh-oh. So, she says, we've been here 2 years now. I know your dad and I have always said you're in charge of your schedule, but we've been keeping an eye on you. A loving eye, your dad interjects, stuffing wrapping paper into the recycler pickup bin, and trusting gentle eye. Professor Howell used to tell us all the time about how hard you're trying in school, your mom continues. That's great. Your dad and I are really proud of you. Working might seem fun and grown up when you're a kid, but if you want to do more than manual labor, you'll need some book smarts too. Your dad joins you again, so it's time to start thinking about how you're going to contribute to the colony when you're older. At the look on your face, he laughs. Don't worry, we're not going to make you get a job right now. We're just asking, what do you want to be when you grow up? I can pretty much pick any of these, yeah? Creativity. None of these are based off empathy? Persuasion, bravery, creativity, toughness. Empathy. Oh, what? Just because somebody's empathetic doesn't mean they want 10 kids. Okay. Let's go with a Monster Hunter. That sounds right up my alley. You've been playing too many holo games, Selenace. Hunting monsters? I hope it doesn't come to that here. She rubs her leg under the table where the prosthetic attaches to her bone. Just remember, being a hero isn't all that it's cracked up to be. Well, your mom starts to get up. I'm sure your friends all want to wish you a happy birthday. She stops and snaps her fingers. Oh, you might not have considered a career as a depot clerk, but Al and Bernie mentioned their daughter Mars is working there, and she needs some help. Now that people can freely order luxuries, it's pretty busy there. Where did the luxuries come from? Sure beats shoveling dirt, your dad laughs. If you don't take that job, you tell Mars I'll be right there. Your mom rolls her eyes and smiles. I don't think I want to work with Mars, though. She's kind of a jerk. Mid-quiet. Organizing of 10 or higher, and my organizing is 1. Oh, geez. Okay. Toughness 10 or greater, or the organizing. Okay. My toughness must be high enough. Yeah. Visit the supply depot. Ooh, here we go. Oh, I only have 45. Ooh. +1 to all flushes and 5 animals? What? Interesting. Okay. Well, we don't have enough currency to buy anything. Chief Administrator Seek greets you at the depot. They look you up and down. Selenace. You've never struck me as particularly responsible or organized, but children never are. What makes you think you'd be a good fit for the position of courier? You didn't realize there was going to be a job interview. I can carry a lot. Strong for your age, maybe. But lucky for you, you're the only applicant this week. You've got the job, for now anyway. They use their elegant stylus to note this on their holopalm. Come back in a few minutes and you can help make deliveries. Yes, there will be kudos in it for you if you do it correctly. Oh. Nice. Let's still deliver some supplies. Seek sends you all around the colony delivering supplies. During your first week, it's mostly small things you can carry by hand or push on a little cart. Stuff like tools and electronics. Some are high priority, which means you have to move fast. It's fun getting to yell important delivery coming through and people actually get out of the way. Wow, that reduced my stress level. That's cool. Okay, and only 15? Becomes a mental. This one's already a mental. +2 at the first or last. Okay, that's fine. 0, 0, and 5. Win. Cool. I got organizing, finally. Perception as well. And a little bit of stress. Mid-quiet. Okay, the month is late quiet. How much kudos did that get me? Oh, I have 51 now, so I can buy something. I buy a cake. think I might go with animals. Yeah. Purchase complete. Alright, cool. Alright, let's go learn something. Study humanities. You're running late for humanities class. When you arrive, everyone is gathered in the beanbags around the room's big hollow projector. Chip's computer congruence is displayed on it. She's giving today's lesson, reading an old book of Earth poetry. You sit down next to Tang and nudge her and motion. What's up with this? Tang frowns at you. You missed the announcement, she whispers. Because Professor Howell died, Congruence will teaching this class. Congruence is teaching this class from now on. Then she frowns at everything in general. They said everyone else who might be qualified is too busy, and no, they didn't ask me. What does the computer know about poetry? You wrinkle your nose. Biology and physics, sure, you tell Tangent, but writing is about expression and understanding the subtleties of human communication. Suddenly, Congruence's monitor swings over to you and recites, "Oh, have you all the beauty youth e'er knew? That you're so vain? Less pride might serve, if even it were true. And you might gain, by humbler show of graces you possess, the haughty bearing makes the charm the less." Tang's eyes go wide, and the class giggles at you. You're pretty sure you just got a clap back from a robot, but you can't be sure. Becomes 2. Okay. That's good. $13. Yeah. Creativity and persuasion. Late quiet. The early pollen now. Nothing. No collectibles. 20 reasoning. That's a lot of reasoning. Okay. Let's do some more studying. You should have known better, Tangent, you hear as you walk past the laboratory. Curious, you listen at the door. Chief Engineer Instant sighs. I know you meant well, but your presumption... But your presumption has cost us 3 months of work. You can't simply look at an experiment and change the parameters to your liking. Getting results is not the same as doing good science. Your findings, however scientifically interesting, are useless to us without sound methodological underpinnings. There we go. Tang's response is more subdued than you've ever heard her before. I'm sorry, Chief Engineer, she mumbles, looking down at the floor. I recognize the error of my ways. I should hope so, Instance replies, pinching the bridge of her nose in her fingers. I'll expect you in the lab first thing tomorrow morning, and I will personally supervise your work in resetting the experiment. You flatten against the wall as Instance breezes past you, barely giving you a second look as she strides down the hallway. You poke your head inside the laboratory where Tang scowls and wipes her eyes. What do you want? Cheer up, it could be worse. It's true, I could have lost 4 months of work, Tang says wryly. That's the spirit. Losing the data was my fault. I wanted to prove I'm not the little kid from biology class, that I'm ready to work hard and really make great discoveries. Dr. Instance has always been there for me when I was a kid, and now, with my mother gone, She's the only adult in the colony who sees what I could become. She believes that I can be better than what I am. It's always been that way. I just really want to impress her. Don't push yourself too hard. There's no such thing. The human body has limits, and I intend to find them. And what lies beyond. All right. Well, let's see. Let's do this. That, maybe. Here we go. Win. Victorious. Creativity and persuasion. Nice. Your dad comes back from work one day looking seriously under the weather. He is pale with deep circles under his eyes and he keeps sneezing. It's fine, he insists. It's just all this pollen in the air. It's gunking up the old air tubes. Do you remember hay fever, Flulu? We always got it back on Earth, too. Your mom frowns and crosses her arms. We did, she agrees. So why isn't it bothering me? You're a lot tougher than me, sweet pea, your dad says. And your mom rolls her eyes. I'm sure I just have to get used to it like you did, he continues. Maybe I'll go for a stroll outside the gates later. Really get a good lungful of the stuff. I'll feel bad for a few weeks, but after that, I'll be fine. Oh no. Your mom raises both eyebrows. Outside the gates? You? Your dad shrugs. Then he falls into a fit of sneezing and can't answer. Your mom directs him to go lie down in their bed. You need rest, not machismo, she scolds him. I don't have achoo, your dad sneezes. A macho bone in my body, Fufu, and I have to fertilize the corn and the pixie beans this week. Uh-huh, your mom grunts. Your dad pulls a handkerchief from his pocket and sneezes into it a few times. Big yelling honk sneezes with that echo through your whole quarters. He pulls it away from his face and you can tell that something's wrong. Oh no. Huh? Your dad says weakly, holding the handkerchief away from his face. It's bright fuchsia pink and glittering in the light. That's weird. Then his eyes roll back in his head and his knees buckle and your mom yells for you to call Instance. Chief Engineer Instance takes your dad's vitals and gives him a curious, cursory look over. But she seems satisfied with what she sees without having to do a thorough exam. The explorers have started calling this the shimmer, she says, shining a light down your dad's throat. He's looking a little better, but not much. It's an airborne environmental toxin, likely in the pollen fog. Will he be okay? It doesn't seem to cause long-term damage to the body, Instance explains. She gestures in the air, making notes on her hollow eye that only she can see. Mr. Flux, that's not your food. Get up out of here. Flux coming in here and eating all the other cats' food. How dare. She looks down at your father. What that means for you, Geranium, since you're particularly susceptible to the toxin, you should be taking better pains to avoid exposure. If you must go outside during pollen, use a respirator. Your dad smiles weakly. You got it, boss, he says. Your mom smiles and puts her hand over his. As your literal boss, I'm ordering you not to come into work for the rest of the week, she says. You're on strict bed rest. She leans in to touch her forehead to his. They stay like that, smiling with relief. Oh. Even after one day of bed rest, your dad is looking a lot better. He's clearly anxious to get back out into the fields. You're gonna love this new crop, Solanace. It's called a pixie bean. They glow in the dark. He's already pulling on his boots. The fields look so beautiful at night. I'm happy that we finally found something that would actually grow here that isn't soy, and more soy. I'm happy too. All right. Moving into the mid-pollen. Oh. What we got? Your holopalm pulses with a message from Tang. Hey, Solanace. If you're not occupied, could I ask for your assistance in the lab? Thank you in advance. Tangent. Typical Tang, but her asking for help is something so rare that you can't help but head over right away. You find her hunched over a spectrometer, making notes on a hollow screen. Oh, you're here, she says, blinking rapidly. She looks like she's been awake for days, wrinkled, a little shiny, and with the wild-eyed look of someone who needs a cup of lep tea. Came as soon as I could. I'm researching the shimmer, the respiratory illness some people report during pollen. I'm loath to admit it, but I need your assistance. She takes 4 vials from swabs inside and puts them into your hand. I need recent saliva samples from both you and your father. Must be a reason why he's susceptible to the shimmer and you're not. You share half of your genetic code with him. There must be some marker we can compare between the 2 samples. Then, she continues, pulling another vial from a rack of test tubes. Administer this to yourselves, wait 3 days, and take the samples again. The test should be able to determine if anything in your body chemistry has changed. Ping looks at you very seriously, cutting through her bleary expression. There's something going on here, she whispers. Something really, really big. I've begun to realize this is about more than just curing a disease. She squeezes your hands so hard it almost hurts. Unlocking the secrets of the shimmer, who is affected, and why, it could lead to a greater understanding of all life on Vertumna. And knowledge. Knowledge is more than power, Solanace. It's control. Oh god. No. Tang's wild-eyed rhetoric is trending a little too hard towards dominate all life on the planet for your liking. Tang frowns. Fine, she huffs. I'll just do everything myself, like always. Funny, she sounds just like Chief Engineer Instance. Yeah, I'm not doing that. My god, I need biology 40 to hear a fun nature fact. Whew. That's a lot. Alright, let's go back to studying. Do some more humanities. Congruence asks you to take a stack of blank paper and a box of pencils from the classroom nanoprinter and pass them out to class. Today we'll be practicing our handwriting. You hear Tangent groan beside you. But Congruence, she whines. Why would you ever need to write by hand when we have hollow palms? This exercise will be part history lesson, part future skill, Congruence tells the class. In the future, you may not always have access to holopalm technology. Our replicators and computers will break down eventually. When they do, you will have to rely on low-tech solutions to everyday tasks. So first lesson, how to correctly hold a pencil. You and the other students get to work learning how to print by hand. It's a little bit like holding a stylus, but the texture is all wrong. Your letters are small and cramped. You have trouble keeping them in a straight line. Tang, though, is suffering the worst. Ah, Mars laughs. Looks like we've finally found something Tang isn't good at. Look, she keeps mixing up her lowercase a's and e's. Tang is used to using a stylus with her hollow palm, but she's never actually drawn the letters. She fumbles like a child, bashing her fists against a hollow palm for the first time. It's painful to watch. You can tell she's getting more frustrated with each letter. Mars, on the other hand, has lovely penmanship. She can even write in cursive. My papa taught me when I was little, she says, showing off her paper. Cultured people know how to write for real. Good lord. I will help you, Tangent. I don't need your help, Tang sneers. She hates being bad at something, but being patronized is even worse. Just let me do it myself, she grumbles, balling up her 5th piece of paper and tossing it on the floor. Mars laughs, but after a few minutes of tense silence, she looks over to Tang's work. You're pressing too hard, Mars tells her softly. Loosen your grip. It's different from typing in the air with the stylus. Try moving with your shoulder instead of your wrists and fingers. Tang takes a deep breath and tries again, slow and deliberate. Mars nods and slides closer, putting her hand over Tang's and guiding her pencil on the paper. There, see? You're getting it, she murmurs. Tang's cheeks go pink. After a minute, Tang eases her tension and her writing starts to flow more naturally. Thanks, she stammers, pushing her chair away from Mars. Well, okay then. Nice. Alright, we're in the late pollen period now. Let's have a rest. You look around the lounge, some friends are here. Who do you hang out with? I guess I'm gonna hang out with Dis, because Mars is a jerk. You plop down beside Dis, who's listening to music in his ears speak, and ignoring everyone else in the lounge with dogged determination. When it becomes obvious that you're not just going to leave him alone, he turns off his music with a huff. What do you want? You ask him what he's listening to, and he replies, it's just some old Earth music. You probably won't like it. All you have is Earth music, unless you want to listen to the space shanties the adults made up in the in the last 20 years, so you don't know what he's talking about. You tell him to give you a little credit. He rolls his eyes, but lets you sync your ears speak to his. Grungy sounding rock music fills your skull. You spend a few hours passing music recommendations back and forth, lost in your own private soundscape. Yeah. The month off. Yeah. Keep our memories. Alright, early dust. Can we study engineering now? It's been a while since you've taken a physics class. You wonder who they got teaching it after Professor Hal died. He was the teacher back on the ship. Who could possibly replace him? Congruence is waiting placidly for class to begin. Oh, Selenice, hi, she says as you take your seat. It's been a while since you joined us to learn about the grand world of physics. Don't be surprised, I'm teaching this class now, in Professor Hal's absence. Today, Congruence teaches you about machine learning and the development of artificial intelligences. Congruence has been a part of your life for as long as you can remember. It's hard to imagine a time when people didn't have access to such powerful, all-knowing intelligence. How do people used to learn anything? Get to work. Nice. You worked well this month. Nice. Time for the 3rd annual Vertumnalia Festival. You gather with your family in the colony square. Everyone takes a seat as Governor Udicott approaches the stage. She folds her hands, serenely addresses the crowd. Well, a pleasure to address you all today as your governor. In under 3 years, we built a colony of which we can be truly proud. While we've suffered hardships and losses, we remain standing, as always, looking toward the future we are building together. Let us use the Midsummer Festival as a time to reflect on our many blessings, Udicott continues. Fresh water, good food, healthy children, and a strong community. Udicott bows her head, but first, let us remember Professor Halitosis, who guided our children and kept our engines running for so many years. Chief Engineer Instance will be filling in with help from our ship's AI congruence until someone can take up the mantle that rested so easily on Hal's broad shoulders. We also recognize the passing of our dear friend, Chief Surveyor Melatonin. Of course, his name was Uncle Tonin. It was Melatonin. Known for his gentle nature and his curious spirit, Tonin joins his daughter, Aspartame, and his partner, Lavandula, in the world of our memories. In his place, we welcome our youngest council member ever, Utopia, representing expeditions. Udicott invites the rest of the council to stand and be recognized amongst the crowd, including your mom, who huffs in annoyance. Yeah, she looks pretty upset. When the applause dies down and the council sits, Utopia remains standing. Actually, Auntie Udicott, y'all mind if I just make a quick announcement? Udicott nods and Utopia clears her throat. I just wanted to say thanks to y'all who are trusting me with this job, she says, her clear voice ringing out over the crowd. A cheer rises from expeditions, and she motions for them to quiet down. Uncle Tonin's left some big shoes to fill, and well, I'm gonna give it my best. We're fixing to get to the bottom of what we're calling the shimmer. The sniffles folks have been getting during pollen, Utopia continues. Until we do, please keep on wearing your masks when the pollen is thick and let the doc know if you're under the weather. She bends down to hug the governor as she leaves the stage. Thank you, Utopia, Udicott says warmly. Thank you to the rest of the council for their service. Live music starts playing and Udicott smiles, and now it's time for games and feasting. The crowd disperses toward the feasting table, clearing the area and chairs so the children's competitions can be held. What will you do this year? Well, could do science. My creativity is the highest, though. Let's do science this year. Oh gosh. Tangent's project involves how the surveyor's gliders work. Something to do with the materials they're made from, reacting with the magnetic field of the planet, combined with solar energy collected from the wings. You tune her out, only zoning back when Tang stumbles through one of the judge's technical questions. You catch her look of pained frustration as she realizes she doesn't know the answer. Judges turn to you next. All right, let's do it. A reasoning challenge. Oh my god, 48. This ain't gonna work. Okay, 22 now. 11 though. Push through. We'll take that stress. Done. You do an egg drop experiment taking fragile crystalline glass fruit and designing 4 different ways to protect them from breaking after a long fall. Ooh. You are the champion. Whenever... Hi, nice. I won the event. 2 break, but 2 succeed. Your experiment is only a simple demonstration of physics, but the judges decide to award you for choosing something within your capabilities and doing it well. Tang is frustrated, but more at herself than you. She's not used to failure. After the festivities, you take time off for a much-needed, very relaxing break. Your dad sets up a slip and slide through the colony square. Everyone takes turns sliding on their stomachs and spraying water at each other. A lot of fun. You can feel your worries floating away in the hot dust suns. Nice. Mid-dust. Tangent is deep in conversation with one of the other scientists. He seems to be consoling her, though Tangent's face betrays no emotion as he claps her on the shoulder and reassures her that she's doing really well for someone so young and that everyone compromised some of their samples when they were first learning. She did it again? He leaves and Tangent sighs as she goes to put her head in her hands, stopping short when she realizes she's still wearing gloves. She peels them off and digs her fingers into her eyes. Are you okay, Tangent? I'm fine, Tangent replies immediately. I compromised an experiment I was working on because the vent was still open when I was spraying the workstation down with sanitizer. She sniffs. It's so gross here. I probably did that fungus a favor. She takes a bottle of sanitizer from under her workbench and cleans while she speaks. There are pollen spores everywhere, and he comes over here and tells me it'll be okay, Tang. Like, it's his job to console and patronize me. Hey, Dead Man. Didn't recognize my channel. Did you get the new name? Yes, I did. I did change the name probably about a month ago now. Yeah, how's it going? How are you? There we go. I hate being patronized too. There we go. You both sigh in unison. Hate being young, she says bitterly. Why don't they understand that we have higher expectations for ourselves than they do? I need to learn from my own failures. Well, what I don't need, she continues icily, is someone to pat me on the head and tell me it's okay and the adults will make it all better. Doing good, been busy with school. That's good, what are you studying? I messed up. Just let me fix it. Don't make a big deal about it, like I'm a child with a boo-boo. Nice. Okay. Interesting. Ooh. Tag pouncing on you from behind your it. Do I have anything for her? I do not. Can't do that because I don't have the toughness. Visual arts with a focus on computer animation. Dude, that's awesome. That's really cool. Very nice. So, I know a lot of, like, I've been looking at stuff and, you know, there's a lot of people on Twitch that use VTuber stuff and they, you know, they go and they hire an artist to make the 3D model and then they hire another person to, like, rig the model. I just think that's so interesting how detailed that is. And I don't know if that's what you're doing, but I know that's kind of in that realm. And yeah, it's just super interesting. Nope. Still haven't found anything he wants. bravery. We're just gonna go back to studying stuff. So we could do something. Reasoning. I think engineering gives me 2 reasoning, yeah. Your first test already. Calm down, class. Congruent smiles. This quiz is just to find out where you all stand and what you want to learn in this class. It will help me to tailor personalized lesson plans for each of you. The test pings on your hollow palm when you open it. It starts easy, suspiciously easy. Sure enough, every section is harder than the last, and you're quickly stumped by a question. It's in the realm. You're excited to use these skills to revamp your stream. Once school is done, you'll be working on completely redoing your stream. That's awesome. That's really cool. Yeah, I need to get on it a little bit too, I think. I think it's time for a little bit of a refresh. Like, I rebranded, so I have some new stuff there, but yeah. Like, I updated the transition, but I still want a new BRB screen, and I also want this new starting screen, I think. But yeah. I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see what it'll look like. Oh, back to this quiz thing. So it was easy at first. You know the teacher said you weren't supposed to be able to answer all of them, but you look over at Tang. She's just breezing through the test. The competitive gremlin inside of you has an idea. Cheat? Try my best. Make a video game instead. Make a video game instead. Instead of doing the placement test, you fool around on your hollow palm and make a game based on flinging a ball around the classroom. It's made of light, but can detect and bounce off objects in the real world, as long as you're looking at it from the right angle. You actually learn a lot, but Congruence tells you she isn't impressed with your work ethic and can't accept you into the advanced materials group. The point was to see what you need to work on, not judge you for what you already know. Damn. Too bad you didn't get into advanced materials like me, Tang says, showing you her score on the test. I missed a couple, she complains. Alright, so that'll become a 2. No. That. Actually, let's do this. What am I doing? No. It's only 5 stress. We'll take it. Late dust. Let's do another class. Let's study engineering. You learn about some of the fantastic technology that they have on Earth, but the colony couldn't bring with them. At least you bought all the plans and knowledge you could. Maybe someday you'll be able to recreate them here on Vertumna, or come up with your own incredible technology. Get to work. 16. Actually, let's do it this way. No, still not enough, huh? All right. Next month. Study humanities. Congruence tells you that today you'll be learning about the history of capitalism on Earth. You mean why humans used to have nice things and now we just eat mashed trippet and soy cakes? Mars says smugly. Please. Earth humans might have messed everything up, but at least they had style. Every patient, Congruence ignores Mars' contribution ever patient, Congruence ignores Mars's contribution and projects a holovid into the classroom. Solemn woman in weird clothes identifies herself as Haven Constance Audenheim, educational designer for the Vertumna group, and tells you that the following experience has been created specifically to teach you, the third generation of the group, about the largest contributing factor in Earth's destruction, capitalism. Okay, the largest contributing... Okay, all right. You and the other students exchange worried looks. You spend the day in an interactive experience that covers the history of capitalism from market feudalism to its transition to colonialism. Then its major phases like industrialization, mass production, and corporatism. It ends with a discussion of how it collapsed in the late 21st century as wealth inequality and environmental concerns finally weakened its hegemony, along with the planet itself. Sounds horrible. The educational experience tells you that, despite being regarded by many as simply an economic system, capitalism has been responsible for more violence on Earth than any act of war. From its very beginnings, as the colonial powers spread mercantilism across the globe, it required a constant supply of people to exploit through any means necessary. It took centuries for people to realize how horrible capitalism was once people could no longer hide from its racist, colonialist history. You're partway through the lesson when Cal realizes the parallels, but we live in a colony, don't we? Aren't we colonizing Vertumna? Isn't that wrong? Of course not, dummy, Mars reasons. There aren't any people here to take the land from, just a bunch of animals. The animals count too. Cal nods in agreement, but Mars is not impressed. I squashed a dorm's moth the other day, she retorts. Are you going to put me in future jail for money crimes? Yikes, Solanace. You should just lock yourself in your room if you're so worried about hurting the environment. Tangent watches the exchange silently, but turns her head and doesn't meet your eye when you look at her. Okay, get to work. Mr. Flex, you're not gonna eat their food. Hey. Hey, I can see you. Oh, okay. Hey, win. Alright, creativity, persuasion, kudos, and stress, and Tangent likes us. Alright. The mid-wet. Alright, but... Ooh, I got a new perk. New cards in the depot. Shop clothes. That's cool. But it is after 8 p.m. So that means I'm gonna go. Because I gotta get ready for bed. And, yeah. But stick around, because we're gonna find somebody to raid. And, play some music and all that stuff. So, yeah, it's been a really good stream. This game is super cool. It's really chill, nice little cozy experience. Yeah. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for the resubs and the puffer fishes and the raids. It was awesome. So, thanks everybody. Take care. Have a good night. Bye.